Let's talk about your fear of sea urchins.
Don't even sea urchins.
No, come on. You're actually serious about this. Do you know what a sea urchin is? Do you know what they are?
If you knew what sea urchins were, you would be terrified.
Well, listen. They're just they're on rocks and they're spiny looking. And the poor things are just minding their own business.
No, they're not. They're not. That's the thing. They're like a grenade. They're sitting there waiting to completely injure you to the point where, okay, so you can't see a sea urchin if you're if you're in the Caribbean, you're like, this water is so beautiful, it's amazing, and you're walking, it's clear water, you can't see a sea urchins right there, and then you step on one, and then it has barbs and it goes into whatever it touches, and then you have to go to the emergency room and it has to be surgically removed. You could lose your foot, you could lose your hand, you could lose your hand trying to get it off of your foot. So I don't like sea urchins.
Listen, let me tell you something about sea urchins. They can puncture and injure you and cause swelling and redness.
Does that sound like stuff that you want?
But that's not what you just described losing your hand and your foot.
You could lose your hand and your foot from swelling and redness. It's a living thing that would be stuck in you like a knife.
It's not living, and it's the spine. And a lot of people, it's not going to happen to you, number one.
Yeah, because I don't want to go near clear water.
Yeah. Just murky water? Okay, let's talk about another irrational fear of yours. You're scared of getting arrested.
I'm scared of getting framed. So,
okay, now you've gone one step beyond. Who would frame you and for what?
So many people would frame me. And they could frame you for any crime that you could go to jail for. And look at me, I wouldn't survive in jail. And I think it comes from the fact that I could open up my phone, I could look at my phone and see any headline written about me at any time, and it could be the most ridiculously untrue thing. And so I think the dream and the nightmare of being framed comes from I could do nothing wrong. I could sit in my house with the cats all day, and somehow there could be an article about me buying a house in a place I've never been, or dating a guy I've never met.
Right.
So it's but then you take it a step further, in nightmare world, it's being framed for murder.
Yeah. I don't think that's a step. That's a leap. But anyway, I think you're fine, and I think you'd even have fans in prison, and they would take care of you, and they would all love you, and you would be the king.
Hello everyone, this is Johnny. Today we're learning some useful words and phrases, and they're from Taylor Swift's interview. 我们来看第一个字 frame， 这里是陷害某人 frame somebody for something， 为某事陷害某人。For example, he was framed for a crime he didn't commit and spent years in prison before the truth came out. 他被陷害犯下自己没犯的罪，并且在真相透露之前在监狱度过了多年。同义词片语就是 set somebody up， 设计陷害某人。For example, they set him up to take the fall for the robbery, knowing he had no alibi. 他们设计陷害他背负抢劫罪的罪名，知道他没有不在场证明。Take the fall for something 就是当什么的代罪羔羊。Alibi 就是不在场证明。此外 frame 当动词也可以表示以某种方式表达。For example, the story is framed in a format that is part thriller, part love story. 情节的展开模式既像惊险小说，又像爱情故事。You will have to be careful how you frame the question. 如何提出这个问题，你得慎重。另外 Ellen 用到一个字叫 murky。Murky 这个字是浑浊的，等于 cloudy. For example, she gazed into the murky depths of the water. 她注视着那幽暗的水底。也可以表示人的行为或性格隐晦的、含糊、暧昧可疑的。He had a somewhat murky past. 他有着一段不清白的过去。
你还在找好用的英文学习平台吗？ FUNDAY 是一个免费加入、无限期使用的英文学习平台，能够及时观看每日国际新闻，听读多元化主题文章，欣赏各式影音节目，还能欢唱流行音乐。只要一机在手，随时随地都能提升英文。现在就免费加入，开启你的学习之旅吧！